Savage Dragon 16 from January of 1995. The finale to the Possessed storyline. Mace versus Dragon on the cover. And Officer Wilde, a victim of the carnage down there. And Erik Larsen, responsible for this one. And Josh Eckhorn is anxiously awaiting puberty. So, Lieutenant Frank Darling has been attacked by Skullface. And there's like a newspaper clipping that explains the origins of Skullface. As a teen, he was trying to steal from this like biotech lab when he's confronted by the police, specifically a young Sergeant Frank Darling, and during his attempt to flee, he falls in this vat of chemicals and is reduced to a skeleton with his trademark luscious red hair still intact. So Skullface got the jump on Frank here, but then he takes a leap in this huge mistake, skewered on a pipe by Frank there. And back in Chicago, Savage Dragon is living up to his moniker, possessed by an evil leech on his neck. He's killed and injured fellow officers. And the vigilante Mace may be the guy to put the dragon down. Rita says, like, don't kill him. And Mace says, shut up, bitch. Or drop dead, bitch. This guy's meat. I hate to agree with Mace here, but come on, Rita. Dragon is incredibly hard to kill, and it may come to that if he can't be stopped, so let this dude cook. So we're jumping, just like last issue, we're jumping in between the battles here, between Frank and Skullface and Mace and the Dragon. And I'm surprised, man, after getting impaled, Skullface is still coming after Frank. And then Mace squashes the leech right there with his mace. He hits Dragon on the back of the neck. And then despite Dragon kind of regaining control here, he's confused. But he's got no memory of what he's done. But Mace doesn't care, because he's going to keep fighting him. And then one punch, Dragon ends the fight. And it looks like Frank is about to end the fight as well. He gives Skullface the old low bridge onto a gas tanker. Throws down the lighter. Though I don't think that Bic lighter would stay lit after being tossed, but ends in a huge fiery explosion. So then there's a recovery effort in Chicago. She-Dragon appears to be okay. Star has a concussion and a broken leg. And an upset boss in the shadows. I'm not sure who that is. And then Mace. He's revealed to be, they have another newspaper clipping down here. So apparently, he is a sidekick to a superhero, Super Tough. And Mace was known as Young Tough. And they were like a crime-fighting duo. And Young Tough was left disfigured in an explosion that supposedly killed his companion, Super Tough, and their arch nemesis, Damien Darklord. And so I think we'll be meeting some of these characters later, but this fills in some of that background. And apparently, he tried to get into Youngblood, but they told him he couldn't get in with that ugly face. So it wrecked him and then turned him into this guy. So let's see, we get this is Proton by Jerry Ordway. Larsen explains that Jerry Ordway and him go back a long way, so this is like a favor to him. So Alex Wilde is discovered under the rubble, and her firefighter boyfriend, Dale Murphy, shows up and chastises the dragon for what he's done. Lots of damage has been done I think a lot of these folks are going to have PTSD from this attack and probably have trouble trusting the dragon again after like he threatened and killed him. Skullface looks to be cooked. Deceased, maybe. Frank takes off victorious. We got R. Richard Richards. He's demanding dragons firing from the police force. And then on another channel, Rodney Schwartzblatz and his mother are finally reunited. So hopefully that will wrap up and we can put a pin in that. And Dragon and Rapture are just hanging out in the apartment naked. And there's a peeping Tom, the Fiend, in the rotund, floating naked body of Miss Harris, the neighbor. And then finally, the source of the leeches is revealed. The Horde, this crazy looking villain made up of leeches and this hooded cape. So pretty fun stuff, man. I like this storyline. It's a really good read. And it, has some consequences that'll be paying off later. On to the letters pages. There's some weddings and babies for the creative team, not just Larson. And apparently that's impacted the release schedule. And we got some fan art. I think this guy, Ryan Terry, went on to work for Disney and like Roku as an illustrator. So you like to see that when an artist gets to achieve their goal of like working in the business. And also, yeah, here's the first mention of Larson saying that he's going to be redoing issue 13. So we're already at we got issue 17 coming up, and he's talking about going back to issue 13 again. But next month, Dragon Slayer, issue 17. Thanks.